Okay, here we are. I'm just checking over some things really fast. Uh, yeah. Um, right, all this I hope is fine. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Um, okay. Just one more thing. Just gonna turn this a little bit more. There we go. Same with the commentary. I don't know how loud it's gonna be. Let's change to half for now. Anyway, welcome to Madden 17. Pretty good game. I didn't plan on live streaming this, but unfortunately, my capture card is no longer working. So, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna export this as a Twitch VOD. So it's really not a huge deal. It is kind of annoying, because it might not look as good as it could. But anyway, yeah. Like, no matter what I did, I could not get this to function. My monitor was just not picking up any signal I gave it. So yeah, just gave up. I'm gonna do this the hard way. Just export this as a VOD. Anyway, yeah, for the people watching the video, there will be a link to my Twitch in the description. If you wanna, if anybody who sees this somehow is gonna wanna catch me live. Another thing is I am pretty congested, so I have no idea how active I'm gonna be in the commentary. This will mostly be a rebuild, like, mostly be playing in franchise, not really playing that many games. Maybe until we make the playoffs, perhaps. Other than that, let's go. Just gonna have an introduction first before we get into anything, so I'll shut up and watch it.
Welcome to franchise mode, the best way to play through a season with your favorite team. In Madden 17, we're giving you more control and more decisions for more impact. Control the game like never before with Play the Moment, the fastest way to play your game. Take all the excitement of the NFL Red Zone channel and mash it into Madden. All the key moments of the game, right at your fingertips. Jump into the key 2-minute drives at the end of the half or when your team makes it into the red zone. It's dynamic, it's brand new, and it's the fastest way to play Madden. Now that you have more control of the action on the field, we've added meaningful ways to game plan against your opponent. Carefully selected from your opponent's play call tendencies, install an offensive and defensive game plan that will help you shut down even the strongest of foes. Exploit Sherman's vaunted cover 3. Take out Rodgers' deep passing game or swagger with your own run game. The decisions you make with your game plans will be impactful and powerful. Off the field, we have doubled down on the amount of control you have with big coaching decisions. Sign and re-sign players with more feedback. Trade and cut players with ease. Take risk with more authentic injuries. And set your season goal for big rewards or a big pink slip. We've even included some of the most requested features from the community with the addition of the practice squad, full player editing, and scores from around the league. This is your franchise. More control, more decisions, more impact. Now take your team all the way.
Well, that is the plan.
Select the
I
team
have
you
no
want
idea
to join. Don't worry,
how close I'm
you'll
gonna
be
get.
able to choose the role
I'm
you
not playing
plan
Raiders.
in
I'm
just a
stupid.
second.
Hold on. Chicago Bears.
Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options,
Fantasy draft.
use
I
the
will be
tiles
using a
on the
custom
right.
coach. I always get trade influence, even if I don't make that many trades, because that's just what I'm used to. It won't really matter, because as a rookie coach, you will get a ton of XP for winning your first game anyway, so be able to get either expert scouting or the increased weekly goal XP. What do I want to name them? I don't know. Time for the self-insert, I guess. But also not really. Just a name, pretty much. Okay. Let's see. So I usually use this face because it gives you a real face. I don't know who it is, but I do know it's real. Let's see. Usually go with Modern 2. Playbooks, I will change those later on. I'm gonna use no. Offensive. We definitely need to change that. The Bears I've never had a good experience with their playbook. There are a few I have had good experiences with. The Jaguars, Kansas City, of course. New England, New Orleans, Raiders, Eagles, Pittsburgh. Yeah, those off the top of my head, those are also good. Pass balanced is super overpowered. I'm tempted just to show that off. So basically, what it does is it gives your QB insane amount of attempts, and they will accumulate stats, even if it doesn't lead to much. So I will show that off. I'll probably stick with the Bears base playbook for their defense. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. The best experience I've had with their playbook is when Justin Houston got 40 sacks as a defensive end. I haven't had that recreated, but I'll take a good pass rusher and see if it happens. Maybe. Yeah, see? Real enough. He's kind of gray-haired. I don't have gray hair. All-pro. Let's leave it on normal for now. No deadline, no cap. It's going to be pure domination. Users only. I could just leave it on normal. I'll put it on users only in case I change. But you never want to put it on everyone can relocate, because the Chargers will always choose some dumb team. And they're the only ones who do it, which is super annoying. If there's going to be more relocations, I want it to be more than the Chargers, but it never happens. Injuries off. Injuries kind of take the fun out of domination. Off. On. End of the season. I don't know if this really matters, but it means CPU players will be worse until the very end of the season, where then they will just automatically upgrade them, I guess. Base 6 minutes, clock on. Tutorial pop-offs definitely off. Those are so annoying. Alright, let's do it.
Your season starts now.
Shocked? It's not shocking. I think he got fired this season after, if I'm not mistaken, and replaced with Matt Nagy. Okay. Pass balance, yep, okay. I'll just put it on vertical and then base 3-4. So, let's see. You can change these schemes as you wish. I usually have a preset, so I usually either choose strong arm or pocket passer. I've never really had any good experiences with mobile QBs. So strong arm, power back, balanced, red zone threat, balanced, vertical threat, pass blocker, balanced. Yep, these are all right. I usually use something like this, except I change my corners to balanced, and then balanced, playmaker, on support, yeah, okay, and then power. Those just mine, doesn't really matter, I don't think. You can just update them as you please, depending on what player you have, just to make them a little bit better. I don't do that. Those are what I like. Alright, let's begin.
The Bears are now on the clock.
19. So, the big three pass rushers are gone. Watt is gone. There's probably a few decent corners left. Tyrann Mathieu gone. Most of the good QBs are gone. OBJ is gone. Kuechly's gone. The Seahawks took Tyrann Mathieu at number 3 with Andrew Luck and Aaron Rodgers on the board. See, a bunch of teams have different priorities. Their CPU. So the Seahawks will always target secondary in my experience. Like without fail. But most of the other teams will choose a top QB if there's one available. Khalil Mack, Tom Brady, Von Miller. Yeah, corners and pass rushers are usually the first kinds of archetypes off the board. The Bears always take a middle linebacker first. Well, no. If they're in the top 4, they'll take a QB usually. But other than that, they'll always take Luke Kuechly if they're in the top. Anyway, let's see. What do we want to do? We could take a pass rusher. Pernell McPhee is a beast. 99% of the time. Oh, Anthony Barr too? He's only 24. Pernell McPhee is 27. Yeah, but Pernell's a better pass rusher. Yeah, Anthony Barr is much more balanced. He can pass rush, he can sit in zone. So he's never a bad choice. Pernell McPhee sometimes racks up crazy amounts of sacks, which is why I'm definitely considering him. Also, he's just a really cool dude. He's big. Like, he stands out on a football field, especially for being an edge rusher. Speaking of which, I usually move him to defensive end, because there he goes up to a 97, I want to say. So he would be one of the best defensive ends in the game, but I am running a 3-4, so I don't think I'll do that. Aaron Donald, of course, always racks up big sacks. I won't take any of these defensive ends. They're usually early second rounders. I never picked Jarrell Casey. He's never on the board for me, but it's okay. Desmond Trufant would be interesting. My only problem with him is he's really bad in press coverage. But other than that, he's a good corner, of course. One of the best in the game. Monte Davis, not a bad choice. Is a little slow. Josh Norman, same age, but just all around better. Most of these safeties are early second rounders. Sometimes they'll fall. These guys don't go off for a while. I think Cam Chancellor doesn't even go until round 6. Early 6th round, of course, but it's still wild because he's the best strong safety in the game. Even though it does say Rashad Jones is better, I completely disagree. Look at his hit power, 97. Definitely a beast. Oh, and they have the same speed, so that doesn't even apply. QBs, Stafford's only 28, I believe. Yeah, he's got 98 throwing power. Unless I'm in the top 4, I don't draft QBs all that often. They're just as easy to draft in the actual simulated draft, in my experience. Wide receivers, obviously there's a bunch of good wide receivers. I'm hoping that AJ Green will be available next round. He usually falls despite being one of the best receivers in the game. Or I could take one of these beasts. Probably not Antonio Brown. He's a little short, but obviously he's a beast. But Julio and DeAndre Hopkins are usually my other choices. I'm a big Julio fan. Gronk, definitely not. He's an early second rounder. But also, sometimes the tight end just doesn't get much involvement, so it's not always worth taking them. Okay. I think I'm going to take a pass rusher. The question now, Anthony Barr for Pernell McPhee. 81. He's not much of a hitter. He would be really easy to develop into a better pass rusher. Or I could just have the better pass rusher, who is also capable of playing 4-3 defensive end. You know, I think I'm going with my GOAT. Yeah, let's do it.
Bears are now on the clock.
Now we gotta check AJ Green. He is gone, but you know who isn't gone? Alshon Jeffrey. It's either him or Des Bryant. I think Des Bryant is a little bit better. I usually take Alshon Jeffrey because he's taller, but I think Des is the play here. Yeah, he's got much better catching.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Third round. This is usually where I take a middle linebacker. Who's left? Brandon Marshall. Sure.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Now let's go back to outside linebacker. Okay, the guy I wanted to move to middle linebacker is gone. I could take Jadeveon Clowney. That would not be a bad choice whatsoever. He's only 23. Great athlete. Looking at defensive ends, are anybody available I really want? Sheldon Richardson's pretty much the only one. Leonard Williams sometimes is a beast, but he'll fall. Let's see, cornerback. Joe Hayden's a baller. No cornerbacks. Marcus Peters. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm gonna take. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Jadeveon Clowney, and hopefully one of those corners is still available next round. The Bears are now on the clock. Oh, should be at least one. Okay, most of them went. Do I want to take one of these guys? They're both very fast and very good. Honestly, I'm not dying for any of these guys. Ronald Darby's only 22. Actually, I might take him then. I was kind of hoping Marcus Peters would fall, but he didn't. But it's okay. This guy looks like he's a slightly better athlete than Roby. He's also got better press coverage. So I think he's the play.
The Bears are now on the clock.
And then this one, I'm going to look at D-tackle. I don't like Dontari Poe still on the board. No, he's not. Okay, with that being said, I think I'm going to take Brandon Williams, maybe? No. Actually, you know what? I can wait. Let's see, who's left? DeForest Buckner. His strength is pretty low, which is unfortunate because he is a superstar. And then I also saw Leonard Williams still on the board. And he's also 2 years younger. No defensive ends on this side that really interest me. Jai Howard is a high overall, but he has no strength again. Not really much of a run stopper. He looks more versatile. Not the biggest defensive end. And then, yeah, nobody except Joey Bosa here really interests me. It would be interesting if I had thought about moving him to linebacker, but obviously he's a better defensive end. He's really big. I don't think I'll be taking him this draft. Safe, no. So he's Cam Chancellor's gone. Bradley Roby is still here. I don't think I need to draft him though. I'll just draft another corner. And the next round is when all these middle linebackers are going to go off the board. I hope Ryan Shazier is still there. He's a beast. So I guess I'm taking Leonard Williams. Let's do it.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Xavier Rose is still on the board. Never mind. I'm a bit of a goofball. I should have taken him. Jimmy Smith's really good. Because I run a lot of man. Anyway. Let's go Shazier. 90 speed, one of the fastest linebackers in the game. And then this pick, I'm taking Damian Harrison. Humongous. He's a good D-tackle. I mean, nose tackle specifically. Even though it does state as he's a run stopper. Which I suppose is true. Anyway. Let's see. So I have most of the needs on defense filled up, except secondary. A lot of good secondary players fall. It's not a huge deal. What's his name? Landon Collins or Adrian Amos will both be here in like round 20. And they are all good. They're both good safeties. Low overalls, but they usually play well enough. And then I got defensive line filled up. Chris Jones, another late round guy. Where is he? Yeah. Only 74 overall, so he will drop. So I'm not worried about that. So I think the play here might be wide receiver. Yeah, no decent young tackles left really. Oh, David Bakhtiari. I mean, unfortunately, he's a bit weak, so he probably won't take him. Greg Robinson, historic draft bust, is good here. We could take a tight end. There's a bunch of good tight ends left. Kobe Fleener. Decent blocking, and decently fast. He would be a good pick. Darius Green, of course, is great. I think he is the fastest tight end in this game. Slow developer, but I can always just put that at normal because I don't want to deal with that. Considering he is a good tight end. A man does not deserve it. But I will not take him. I think I'm going to take Stephon Diggs. Oh, Torrey Smith's still here. Josh Dawson. Yeah, Stephon Diggs.
The
Let's do it.
Bears are now on the clock.
Is Zach Martin still on the board? He is. So I will take Zach Martin, one of the best guards in the game.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Round 11. Not really any running backs I'm dying for. I do like Jeremy Hill. He will fall a little bit. Just gotta remember to draft him because I usually forget. Then I'm stuck with, I don't know, LeGarrette Blount or Latavius Murray. Yeah. Okay. So this one, I think I might stick with O-line and take the veteran Marshall Yanda. Probably the best guard in the game. He is 31, but in my experience, O-line regresses slower than any other position, so he'll still be good for a while.
The Bears are now on the clock.
And then here we have a dilemma here. We could take Deion Buchanan, move him this free safety where he goes up to an 89. Or I could not cheese it too much and then instead take the two young safeties, Adrian Amos and Landon Collins. I'd keep Adrian Amos at free safety and move Landon Strong. That could be interesting, having the younger players. Deion Buchanan's only 24. He is also young. He's also a beast. 92 hit power, 89 speed. Great zone coverage, I believe. With 84. Awesome. So it really doesn't matter. He would be wearing number 20 if he joined us. That doesn't make sense. Maybe he already wears number 20 and I just didn't know that. Because he converted from safety, I believe. That's why he's so good at free safety despite being a middle linebacker. Okay, I think I'll do the young guy meta. And then we'll take oh no, okay. First I'm gonna take Lane Johnson.
The Bears are now on the clock.
And then I think I'll take Rodney Hudson.
The Bears are now on the clock.
And I hope Jeremy Hill is still here. He is not. Okay, he goes earlier than I thought. Well, maybe I shouldn't be underestimating him. Mitchell Schwartz is also gone. He's the other guy I was considering. Great pass blocker. Did he go before I picked? He might have. Yeah, okay. So he was already out of reach. Okay. What running backs are left then? Chris Ivory is a GOAT. He is kind of older though, but he is so strong. 94 chucking, 94 stiff arm. Not particularly slow. He would be a good starting back. Matt Forte, he's a little bit slow, but he is pretty balanced. And then Mark Ingram sometimes plays well. Very short though. Thomas Rawls, very balanced. Latavius Murray, on paper he looks good, but I really don't see him do well in simulation. Look at how balanced he is. He is so good. 94 acceleration, 92 speed. Yeah, but he just doesn't play well in simulation, and I don't get it. So with that being said, I think I'm taking Chris Ivory. Maybe too early.
The Bears
I don't know. I'm done holding it off. Then we want to tackle. We could use Jack Mewhort, who was a tackle. He doesn't really fit as a guard to me. He's not that big. Well, no. He doesn't weigh a ton. He doesn't have that guard build. He's definitely built like a tackle. 6'6", 312. I think I will move him back to tackle. My other option for tackle is Josh Sitton, who is very good as a pass blocking tackle, of course, which is what I use every tackle for. And then who else? David DeCastro too, and Kevin Zeitler maybe. These guys both are kind of built like tackles. Although Kevin Zeitler's a little on the short side, but hey, TJ Lang played tackle. He's only 6'4". Yeah, I'm thinking Jack Muhort.
The Bears are now on the clock.
And then do I want to take Josh Doxson? No, he's gone. Okay, or not. Okay, I think I'll take my safeties now. Take Landon Collins first.
The Bears are now on the clock.
I hope Adrian Amos is still there. He should be. Usually he is. Not always. Okay, yeah, he is. Or TJ Green. Now TJ Green is a monster. He's 6'3", probably one of the faster free safeties. Doesn't have a lot of hit power, but it's okay. Only 21. It's either him or Amos. Amos turned out to be the better player, of course. But I think TJ Green has the better traits. I'll wait and take him, because he will fall for some reason. First, Stephen Paya. What a beast. 49 reps at the combine, I believe. He's a 98 strength. I don't know. I'd say he's a 99. I mean, at one point they gave Robert Nikomvich 99 strength in the upgraded roster, which is completely misinformative. So why doesn't Stephen Pye get it? Anyway, I'm going with Chris Jones. Well, yeah, probably Chris Jones. I don't see any other good run stoppers left besides Stephen Pye, who is old.
The Bears
He's
are
28.
now on the clock.
Okay. Tight ends. Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron's always the choice for me. Oh, anyway, let's get corners. There's two good corners I really like. Cyrus Jones, and then William Jackson. Yeah. So he's pretty fast, and he's 6 foot flat. I think we should go with him. James Bradbury. Also, what's his name? Xavier Howard. I think William Jackson's a better athlete, though, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it says he's a little less agile, but he's faster in general, so that's really what I care about. Decent coverage, not very good press, good catching.
The Bears are now on the clock.
We'll take him. And then fullback. Marcel Reese is still here. He is very old, of course, but he is such a versatile fullback. If you move him to tight end, he goes up to a 90, by the way. Just wanted to point that out. But I like him. He's got great acceleration, which is usually what I look for. Will Johnson. No, not John Connor. How old is Will Johnson? 26. He's not very old. Decent blocking, too. I think I'll wait and take him. I think this guy is the Bears fullback already. Not very good. Does have good acceleration. Roosevelt Nix. This guy's always great for me as a running back. Well, running. Not as a running back, but running. Whenever I decide to use that. Okay. But I think I will just wait and take Will Johnson. Well, really, who else do I have to take? Oh, quarterback. Could go with Paxton Lynch. Sometimes he develops. I don't really want him in this rebuild. I'll probably just wait and take, I don't know, Dak Prescott. But what else do I want to take? Is the question. I have the safety plan figured out. I don't know. Let me look at wide receivers. Sterling Shepard's still on the board. I might take him. Yeah, let's do it.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Not a long term for me. We'll probably get rid of him. Marcel Reese.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Then Dak Prescott. Can I please select a QB? Thank you.
The Bears
Let's go,
are now
Dak.
on the clock.
Great rookie season, doesn't usually develop. He'll be a good placeholder. Eric Ebron.
The Bears are now on the clock.
This is an insane draft. I usually have great drafts to begin with.
The Bears
This
are
one
now
is
on
off the
clock.
rails good. And then I'll just take what's his name on the board? I forgot his name. Is he on the board? No, he's not. Cause Christian Kirksey, that's his name. He is some of the best zone coverage of any linebacker in the game. He is not here, unfortunately. But that's fine. I'll just take Blake Martinez.
The Bears are now on the clock.
I'll take a second tight end. One that's fast, preferably. Niles Paul usually drops a bunch of passes. I don't like him taking him. How old are you? 28. James Hanna can't catch. Is a decent blocker though. 85 to be exact. But he cannot catch a ball to save his life. So I'm not entirely sure. Derek Carrier is older, I think. No, he's only 26. Okay. Real tie. 80 catching. Highest I've seen out of all these fast tight ends. I think Will Tye's going to be the play. Vernon Davis, 32 years old. Good run blocker still. No catching. Can't catch. Quite unfortunate for him. 85 strength, 80 trucking. Yeah. Dude's a beast, of course. But I think I'm going to go with Will Tye.
The Bears are now on the clock.
And then let me just fill in some needs. Andrew Billings is always
The
here.
Bears are now on the clock.
He is great, I would say. Very underrated to the CPU. Kendall
The
Fuller
Bears are now on the clock.
was a good corner. Then I'll take in. I'll just fill in left tackle so the AI doesn't draft an older one for no reason. 85 strength. Oh. You have 80. You're only 24. You have 86. Not much better than the other guy.
The Bears are now on the clock. 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 The Bears are now on the clock.